Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Marta, and this channel's name is Universal Power Tarot. And these messages we bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you, my dear Gemini. Wonderful. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing good and are in good spirits. My love goes out to you people. You are just fantastic. Thank you so much to whomever donated anonymously through Vimeo, purchasing extendeds of mine and not watching them. Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. To all of my Patreons, thank you very much for all of your support of myself, the channel, and the cause of this channel. And yeah, to everyone else here in the tribe, spreading positivity, spreading love. Yeah, I feel really blessed to have you guys around. I truly do. And I can feel it in my heart. It's like awesome. So thank you so much for that. All right. Geminis, I already pre-shuffled all of your cards. This is a general reading. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for somebody else. It's not gender specific. Thank you. Ooh, don't we love that one? Okay. Not gender specific. You can reverse the placements, and it's also not time specific. So whenever this message hits you, it's yours at that time. Also, when it comes to other signs, just go with your impression, with your intuition of it. Just give me a second. So you've got 4 cards. I think that's it, pretty much. Those messages are for, or these messages are for those that seek personal and or spiritual growth. So they can be triggering. Everyone's welcome here, of course. Yeah, just be kind to one another and to me. Thank you. All right. You're starting off pretty cool here, Gemini, with the gorgeous, gorgeous Empress, who is such a nurturing force. That's the divine feminine, right? And that does not exclude not masculines, right? Because we all have this within us, right? Divine feminine, divine masculine. The Ankh symbol here is really catching my eye, and she has it around her necklace as well, right? So Ankh is the symbol for life. That's exactly what I just said, divine feminine, divine masculine, because that ring up here, that circle, is symbolizing the divine feminine, and that cross down here is the divine masculine. And when they come together, something awesome is formed, which is a new energy, which could be a baby manifesting in the form of a baby, or just like beautiful energy that is created when these two come together. Now that could be as a physical manifestation, meaning 2 people are coming together here, or it might just mean internally you're coming together and feeling very whole and gorgeous and very nurtured by nature, really. And nature offers so much, like, and water. There's something about the water as well. First of all, nature with like, give thanks and praise to nature, right? Because she gives us so much. She nurtures us every day. Of course, you don't have to do anything, right? I'm just saying, like, what I love to do every day is like just put my palms on the ground and just give thanks to her, because she does truly a lot for us. You don't have to do that. I'm doing it. So do whatever you want, right? As long as not hurting anyone. So there's an element of, and I'm going to get back to the water. There's a lot coming through with this one card. There's an element of shadow work here with a moth, bringing to the light that which was hidden, shining light on it, infusing it with our gorgeous divine light, in order for it to transform into the gift that the situation or person or energy truly is, whatever it is for you here. Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, highly fertile. So I recommend, if you don't want to get pregnant, that you really take precautions, because we have the bunny rabbit, and that's also a sign of high fertility. If you're planning to get pregnant, that's apparently a good time right now. All right, we'll take that. It also reminds you to really put on your crown. My dear females, here is especially the connotation, and assume your nurturing stance, right? And really shine in your gorgeous light, in your gorgeous femininity. That's what that is. And that also comes straight back to the water. There is something also about, you know how water has memory, and when we infuse water with memory, um, it changes its structure. So what you can do is actually take a glass of water, like straight after meditation is an awesome thing to do because you're so charged, right? And praise the water, because the water remembers, and even as it runs through us, first of all, it does a lot for our body. Secondly, as it comes out, it does a lot because it returns and is being purified into water again. But that information of that thankfulness to the water, because water is so important to us, right? That's also something you can do, right? If you wish to do. Water's so awesome. There's something about that. Also, the water can help us heal. So you can ask the elemental force of the water, especially flowing water. Or you can just do it in your bathtub if you don't have anything, or under the shower. Just ask the water to purify and cleanse you. There's also something about a leadership position here for you. Now that could be on a smaller circle within your family, assuming some kind of a leading position in terms of nurturing, or on a bigger scale where you really serve humanity at a different level here. Wow, there's a lot from just one card. There's also heart chakra here, heart chakra activations, and really radiating out that gorgeous light. It's almost like it's like wow, all that gorgeous heart energy like flowing straight to you, my dear Geminis, and from you, of course, right? So, oh my goodness, I did not expect that. You have the Eight of Cups, which is you walking away from something or someone, possibly old patterns that you left behind. Didn't want to look at them either at the time. It was just like, no, I'm not going to bother. I'm out. That was the past. This is not something that is happening right now. That would be surprising. But I would say that is something that happened in the past where you were just like, I'm out. I'm totally out. And you are in your Empress stance right now, but I can feel it in my body. It's almost a bit sickening. So that must have been a very intense situation for you. And that could reach really far back, right? And as you can see, he's fleeting the scene, is dropping 5 cauldrons on the way, and has 5 in his hand, because he's just like, I'm grabbing, Gemini's like, I'm grabbing everything I can and I'm leaving the rest behind. However, now it is time to look at those things that you left behind, is the feeling I'm getting from this card. And that could be facing like old fears, tears, all that again, old emotions, just facing them again. And shadow work, like we said already, right? There is something coming into awareness, and you may have just forgotten about these 3, and you're like, oh yeah, I left 3 cups there, and these 3 cups are really kind of cool because they're the same set as these cups, and it's kind of a waste, or just it would be a shame if you didn't look at these and didn't return to the spot and just pick them back up and brought them back home to you, because they hold great gifts for you. All right. And now you're strong enough and nurturing enough towards yourself that you actually have the ability to look at them and acknowledge them and infuse them with gorgeous light. That could be in the realm of forgiveness also, forgiving others and forgiving yourself. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Okay. 5 of Rods, and that's where you came from, right? That's a battlefield, truly a battlefield. This is not something small. This is not something small. There could be grudges that are still held by some people. I'm immediately getting family scenario, although it doesn't have to be. It could be workplace. It could also be just in general, a situation where you just had to exit. And it's pretty clear to me why you had to exit. It was really smart. But there seems to be one person, and that's in the realm of jealousy and still holding grudges, that is still holding grudge. Although they were the ones that infused and did the wrongdoing, basically, right? They were really like pushing other people to like, they stirred up shit, basically. They really did, and they still wish they could, but they can't, of course, because you're in this kind of untouchable stance, in that Empress kind of a stance, and you have this wonderful world here built up. It's so serene, right? It's so gorgeous. You may have started your own family and moved away from all of this drama. However, they were this way. However, this person is still looking over there envious, and instead of working on themselves and starting to do something over here, right? And because they could easily, well, not easily, but they could have this as well. But they're rather on, I'm going to trample on you so I can stand higher. Or it's so crazy. Um, oh my God. Yeah, there's a lot of ego involved, and maybe a kind of a lot different perception of the world and a perception of reality, which again, they are entitled to. You can't change that, right? And I'm looking to empower you. So I know that this can be triggering what I'm saying, but I'm looking to empower you, Gemini. So it's in the realm of empowerment here. It's their worldview, whatever they have done, however they believe in whatnot, right? It's their worldview. You've got to leave that to them. You need to work or stay in your gorgeous space here. That's yours. However, there's some kind of returning to the past, and it's funny because you're walking exactly into the past here with this. I'm not sure you're aware of it. It could just happen like this, and you're like, oh, wow, there's a scene I remember from my past, and it's still kind of not necessarily holding you back, but you know that there are some things that are buried that hold great gifts, right? That hold great gifts for you here. But again, I'm kind of getting the feeling of some kind of a surprise element, not necessarily planning on going there, but it just happens. Something triggers this, and you were being reminded of this. Maybe even a letter or something or like a message by this person, and that triggers it. Something like that, something along those lines, or just thinking about it all of a sudden. Or you just see them on the street, for example, all of a sudden, and you're like, oh, you're right, there was something, right? 3 of Rods. You have received, and you will continue to receive here, Gemini, huge amounts of help. So this could actually be in the realm of a father figure that is helping you. It doesn't have to be. It can just be an more mature or indeed older person than you are. Maybe just a really good friend that has always been there for you. And they will continue to be there for you. It could also be spirit lending you that helping hand and helping you to build that shelter at the time when maybe you really didn't have much when you exited that situation, right? And they helped you build up, and you then really used this to build up this gorgeousness over here. You're here right now, which is really beautiful. But there's an element, and again, I feel like kind of a sickening kind of a feeling in my stomach when it comes to that old energy here. Try salt baths. They might help as well in releasing, like alkaline baths. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with regards to releasing. Like you're releasing emotions via crying, but also releasing energetic field and such. Master Ko, who I recently came across, I think he is in my meditation list. I think I put him there because I started to build up some sort of a library for stuff that I find useful, so you may want to check that out and have a look at him and his teachings. I just recently found him, so I don't know a whole lot about his whole teachings, but what I've seen so far is really, really good and could be helpful in that case in letting it go energetically. Oh yeah. 7 of Stones, healing. And look at this. Leaving something else behind that has already been left for dead, basically, returning to it, meditating on the state, and really returning to your beautiful self here. There's something about the throat chakra as well. But it's like returning to a land, like maybe in meditation even. Maybe you're doing like a meditative travel back to space and time, right? Where this happened, where you felt defeated in that situation, possibly. And look at the land, it's all dried up, and you're coming in as this forest goddess here with like all lush, much like the Empress, all lush, and you're returning to that situation and having another look at it. And it's also in the sense of reevaluating maybe, because You know how it is when you return to something, let's say childhood situation, and this is just to give you a drastic example, childhood situation, and then you come back as an adult to that very same situation. You're like, yeah, I was maybe helpless as a child. I'm no longer helpless. I'm very, very strong physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm just a very different person. And sometimes we need that kind of a mirror, that re experiencing of the situation in order to realize, wow, like I'm abundant. I am loved. I can defend myself. I can stand up for myself and really reevaluate and see the whole situation in a different light. And also, yeah, it may be harsh to look at some things. It is, and it may come as a shock when you finally realize, wow, this person has ill intent indeed, and maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly, but there is a factor here for sure, and that can be shocking. However, you're strong enough now, and and you're working through this. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You have the Ace of Bows with a spark of light. I was immediately getting initiation here. Initiation? Yeah, exactly. No, okay. What I'm seeing here is, this is what you're finding. This is what you're finding. Do you see this? Where is it? Here. Do you see this? It's like that arrow here. And indeed, that's what you're finding as you return to that situation. And again, this is on the mental level, or you're just traveling back to that situation, maybe just by thinking about it. And you'll find that arrow, much like those cups that you, on the first try, failed to take with you or just didn't care about. You will retrieve one of those at least this time and use it to ignite a fire. You're like, yep, this one's dead, basically. There's something else for me to take out of the situation, and that's your gift, that's your present, because you've been holding that bow here all along, and that arrow, retrieving that arrow from the situation finally allows you to make, like, ignite a huge spark here, right? A huge spark. You're finally able to make fire, because with the bow alone you were not able to make fire. That's pretty. Yeah, the bow is pretty, but now we're really talking. That's the thing, right? Now we're really talking. It's like, wow, that is part of you coming to life, coming online. Gemini is coming back online. That's what that is. And it's really like, again, that was a huge jump, like in human evolution, when they were finally able to figure out how to make fire. That was a huge step in evolution, also in food preservation, like through smoke and such, right? So that's a huge thing. It's not just a small thing that you're retrieving here. So the gift is really, really big here, really, really big. And also, of course, that radiates out. You're not the only one that's going to notice about that change in yourself. That really has a tendency to be noticed by other people as well, right? Because that's a jump. That's a huge jump. That's a necessary skill too in order to evolve. Cool. Congratulations. That's amazing. All right, before we... Yes, they said this card. Yeah, but we're going to keep this for the extended. I want to draw a guardian angel card for you right now. Before we take it over to the extended, to Vimeo and or Patreon. Links down below if you wish to follow and this resonated with you. Please, thank you. We have 2. No way. Oh my God. Okay. You have 2 prayers. One's for now, one's for the extended. There's only 4 prayers in this deck. And for you to get 2, you must really be in need of it right now. So, which one? This one. Okay. So it says, Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve, this is incredible, past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel the eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. Wow, this is basically confirmation for your situation here and what we just heard. Wow, that's amazing. Gemini, I can't wait to take this to the extended and see where this huge jump is going to take you. Again, if you wish to follow me, Vimeo and Patreon, and I'll either see you over there or I'll see you next time. I really hope this was insightful. Mwah, mwah. Bye.